Dining out can be so revealing of one's character that many companies make it part of their onboarding process before or when they hire you. It shows how well you maintain a conversation, how well you fit in socially with the boss, the team, and how you can navigate basic etiquette. In addition to good personality, image, and communication skills, displaying appropriate dining etiquette helps establish an employee's credibility and reputation. It enables them to be easily accepted in business groups. Corporate dining etiquette is a general sense of mannerisms that you showcase when you dine out with the boss, with an associate, with a senior partner, or a client. In today's business world, this plays a major important role in your career and should be given due importance. Improper etiquette has often led to failure of talks, deals, and negotiations due to the distaste and wrong impressions conveyed. When you have good dining etiquette and behavior, it reflects on the employee and the company as well. It gives you higher chances of success and helps you land the dream project that you have. Knowing the dining etiquette, rules, and behavior gives you confidence at the same time when you interact. Plus, conversations over food are handled with ease. Every business meal is an interview, so table manners are essential to your professional success as you give attention to the tiniest detail. How you conduct yourself at the table under pressure with a mouthful of food could either positively or negatively affect a business decision. A savvy professional should be equipped with corporate dining etiquettes, which my group is about to show you.
My name is Evangelista, and here are the things that we need to consider in order to have a successful corporate dinner. We should always keep to our minds that by considering that we are professionals, we are expected to act professionally at all times. Let's start first with the pre-dinner etiquette. First things first. If you're invited to a business dinner, you should always arrive on time. Remember that when it comes to business, the time is gold. So every businessman have their own plans and schedules to be followed. So we must not forget that they are busy people and we should consider the importance of their time as well. But if you really can't make it, you could call ahead of time that you will be late. But as much as possible, it is better to arrive on time. And if ever that your business partners are late, then let them have a 15 minutes extension before calling them to check their arrival status.
Now that we have seated down, we need to remember a couple of rules. Number 1, don't slouch. Roll your shoulders backwards. Straighten your back and sit straight. Number 2, don't press your back to the back of the chair. Leave some space between the back of the chair and your own back. Number 3, do not place your elbows at the table when eating. However, it is acceptable to place your elbows at the table whenever you're taking break between the meal to have a conversation. According to the American dining etiquette, you are supposed to leave your hands on your lap whenever they are not holding cutlers. And in French dining etiquette, you are supposed to always rest your wrist at the table so your hands remain visible to your dining partners at all times. What should I do with my phone on my bag? It should be held away from the table. That applies to your bag and to your phone. You should silence your phone before sitting down and put it in your pocket or in your bag. For your bag, you can place it on a special little chair designed for that bag. Or you can ask for a bag holder which looks like a hook, and you can hand your bag from there. Else, you can also place your bag on empty chair. Do not place your bag on a ground level, because some cultures and some traditions, it seems to bring back up, and actually it shows that you don't respect the money that you're holding in your bag. So tip, it is always above the ground level. Place setting. Solids on your left. First is forks. Napkin may also be on your plate, and butter plate. On your right hand, it is for liquids like glasses or cups, knives, spoons, and dessert utensils may be above the place setting or served with dessert. So, in order not to confuse, this woman make these letters B and letter D with her fingers. So, she is pointing the letter B, that is her bread plate and butter knife. And where D is pointing, that's where the glasses are. So, you can use this trick. When you seated down, you unfold the napkin. If you are the host, you do it first to indicate it to your guest. You can do it in two ways. With fold lines facing outward like this, or the other way around when you have the folded lines facing onwards towards you. Or some other people actually prefer this way. This is because you can basically have your fingers and leave the stains inside. So, from the outside, your napkin looks perfectly clean. If you are going to the bathroom and you will be back, you would place a napkin on the chair to indicate that you will be coming back. If you are leaving to the table for good and you are not coming back, then you place the napkin on the left side of the plate and gently fold it. No need to shape it back to its original shape and leave the table. If you happen to drop your napkin, you can also indicate to the waiter that you want a new one. Additional, do not use your napkin as a tissue. If you have to sneeze, don't sneeze with the napkin. Instead, turn your head away from the table.
You are on a continental or European style dinner environment, or are going to meet foreign businessmen. We usually use our right hands to cut the food using this dinner knife, while our left hand uses this fork to hold the food while eating. It is quite similar to the American style. However, they are different when it comes to eating. They sometimes called it the zigzag method, because in American style, we put our knives on our left side and then we're going to switch our fork into our right hands and then pick the food before eating. The next is the utensils. So how do we properly use our utensils? If you were eating and then you stop for a moment, place it on your plate and not on the table again. And remember not to hold your utensils in a fist and dig in as if it's a shoe. Then the next is, do not use your both hands simultaneously to pick your utensils like this, or neither your cups like this. It's kinda look awkward, right?
First is turn off your cell phones and the beepers and put it on your bag. Second is have a good posture. The third is keep elbows off the table. The last is do not apply makeup or comb your hair at the table.
Always remember to wait for everyone to start their meal before starting yours. Second, do not talk when your mouth is full. It's already a common dining etiquette. 3. Take small bites as much as possible. It is a big no to stuff your mouth full or sip any drinks while you are chewing something. 4. Cut your salad if necessary. Because in a formal dinner, we don't chew our food with our mouth open and make it quiet as much as possible. 5th, if you're going to drink a cold drink with ice on it, don't chomp the ice. Just drink elegantly. And the last is, when you finish eating, place your napkin neatly to the left side of your plate, but do not push your plate setting away from you.
If you are invited to have dinner with someone, it is always a good idea to respond, even if an RSVP is not requested. This helps with planning. Don't ask if you can bring extra guests if the invitation doesn't make the offer. However, if your family is invited to someone's home for dinner, it is okay to ask if your children are included. If they are, make sure your children know good manners before they go. Reserve a table ahead of time for popular restaurants with limited seating capacity. It's awkward to have your guest faced with a long waiting line. When you arrive at the restaurant and your host hasn't arrived, etiquette dictates that you wait in the lobby or waiting area for him or her. Don't go to the table and wait there. If you are the host, wait for your guest in the lobby. If some of the guests have already arrived, you should wait in the lobby only until the time the reservation is made for. Then proceed to the table and have the maitre d' or waiter escort the late guest in. To show you are ready to order, close your menu and place it on the table. Do not gesture with a knife or fork in your hands. Always pass the salt and pepper together. Cream pitchers and other dishes with handles should be passed with the handle toward the person receiving them. Pass to the right if the item is not being passed to a specific person. One person either holds the dish as the next diner takes some food, or he hands it to the person who then serves herself. Any heavy or awkward dishes are put on the table with each pass. Do not touch the loaf with your fingers. Use the cloth in the bread basket as a buffer to steady the bread as you slice it. If the loaf is not cut, cut a few pieces, offer them to the person to your left, and then pass the basket to your right. Place the bread and butter on your butter plate. Yours is on the left. Then break off a bite-sized piece of bread, put a little butter on it, and eat it. Remember the following food-friendly wines that will pair well with almost anything and are generally available in several prices. If you'd like to order a red wine, choose a Pinot Noir. The Burgundy region of France and California produce quality Pinot Noir. Pinots from Washington and Oregon are also good choices. If you'd like a white wine, select a Riesling from Germany or the Alsace region of France. Drier Rieslings pair especially well with most foods. White wine glasses are held by the stem. Red wine glasses may be held by the bowl. When ordering wine by the glass, You should be aware that you may be getting wine from a previously opened bottle. You may want to ask the server when the bottle was opened. If it has been open for 1 or more days, you may want to make another selection. Wait for the host to take his or her napkin before touching yours to signal the start of the meal. The host will signal the end of the meal by placing her napkin on the table. It is not proper table manners at a formal dinner to ask for a second helping, but it is permissible at an informal one. It is acceptable table manners to take leftover food home from a restaurant, but never ask for a to-go box if on a date or business lunch or dinner.
When in doubt, follow the lead of the host. Pay attention to what your host ordered to eat, as it will give you an idea of what you should order. If they order an appetizer, you may want to order one too. If the host isn't the first person to order, you might ask for his or her recommendation. Don't order the most expensive item. It's rude to order the most expensive item on the menu. Save the lobster or the decadent red meat dishes for another time. Order simply. Order simply and don't make a scene. You can ask your server a question or two, but don't ask them to explain everything on the menu or substitute ingredients unless you have a food allergy. Not only is it annoying, but you will also appear indecisive. Avoid finger foods or difficult foods that are difficult to eat, like what I said, the lobster. In general, don't order alcohol at a business meal. Not to order alcohol even if the interviewer does. Number 1. Gently stir your soup to cool it instead of blowing on it. Don't blow the soup. Spoon your soup away from you. Spoon your soup away from you. If something undesirable in your mouth, discreetly remove it with your fork. If you have any something or problems with the meal, quietly bring it to the waiter's attention. You should pre-arrange how the bill is being paid. Make sure the bill is accurate. Number 3 is tip appropriately. You can give 15% for moderate service or 20% for excellent service.
Don't forget to thank your host at the end of the meal. Shake their hand and maintain good eye contact. Later, you might consider giving him a thank you note or an email because of the invitation that was extended to you. Think of business meals as an opportunity to build a relationship. People do business with people they trust, and employers hire those people that they feel will represent their company in the best possible light. Business meals is a great opportunity to showcase your professional knowledge, your strong communication skills, and your attention to details. Remember, good dining etiquette and the impression you make over a business meal starts when you arrive at the restaurant. And lastly, never forget that the first impressions you make have the power to make or break a company's decision to give out a job offer and to create long-lasting business relationships. So, if you say business and manners don't mix, try talking with your mouth full. Bon appetit, everyone. Bye-bye.